In the Hunger Games once again for the third time with more of my favorite characters. So let's get to it already and not keep you guys waiting. The first 6 characters are all returning from the previous Hunger Games, including Marcy, who won the second one, along with KO, Hilda, Louise, Marceline, and Molly. All of them are returning from previous Hunger Games because of my bias. But now, let's get to the new characters. In District 4, we have Donkey Kong and Shiver. District 5, we have both Aku and the Doomslayer. In District 6, we have Roz and Rango. In District 7, we have Charlie and Millie, who you guys voted to be here, who beat Emily in the poll. Sorry, Emily. In District 8, we have Kirby and Captain Knuckles. District 9, we have both Snap and Marvin, the Martian. In District 10, we have Officer Earl and Katie. In District 11, we have both the Heavy and Lord Hater. Finally, in District 12, we have Mel and Sean, the Sheep. So that is everyone who is competing in this game, so let's see who will win this round. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds, beginning the games. Aku runs away from the cornucopia. Rango runs away. Lord Hater runs away. Hilda runs away. Knuckles runs away. Mel runs away. Snap sets an explosion of killing Marceline. Already Marceline? What's it with her dying immediately in the first minutes of the game? Sean runs away. Millie clutches her first aid kit and runs away. Marcy runs away. Heavy and Marvin fight for her bag. Marvin gives up and retreats. Kirby and Molly fight for her bag and Kirby gives up and retreats. KO runs away from the cornucopia. Donkey Kong takes a spear. Katie runs away. Roz snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag, not sure why though. Shiver stays at the cornucopia for resources. Earl runs away from the cornucopia, something that he would do. Doomslayer cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide for some reason. That is unlike Doomslayer. I was hoping he would have an encounter with Aku or Millie, but oh well. Louise bashes Charlie's head against a rock several times. At least Louise is redeeming herself from last time, but I didn't expect her to do that. Day 1, Hilda sees smoke rising in the distance but doesn't investigate it. Aku somehow injures himself. KO poisons Roz's drink, but he mistakes it for his own and dies. Why, KO? Donkey Kong receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Sean tends to Louise's wounds. Earl, Shiver, and Katie are hunting for tributes. Mel tries to spear fish with a trident. Kirby tends to Snap's wounds. Millie, Marcy, and Molly are hunting for other tributes. That's a team. Knuckles defeats Heavy in the fight, but he spares his life. Marvin goes hunting. Lord Hater is pricked by thorns while picking berries. I feel like that's something that will happen to him. Rango goes hunting. Okay. On day 1, we lost Marceline, Doomslayer, Charlie, KO. On the first night, Mel thinks about home. Sean receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Knuckles quietly hums. Rango passes out from exhaustion. Lord Hater destroys Marvin's supplies while he's asleep. This Hunger Game fits Hater for some reason. Donkey Kong stays awake all night. Katie tries to sing herself to sleep. Louise lets Kirby into her shelter. Molly receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Roz tends to Shiver's wounds. Snap loses sight of where he is. Millie, Marcy, and Heavy cheerfully singing songs together. I feel like Heavy would join in too. Hilda is awoken by nightmares. Hopefully it wasn't the Mara in her nightmares. And Aku and Officer Earl are telling stories about themselves to each other. Surprised they're on a team. Day 2, Donkey Kong is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Louise explores the arena. Snap defeats Shiver in the fight, but spares her life. Hilda hunts for other tributes. Marvin overhears Aku and Molly talking in the distance. Wonder what those two are up to. Knuckles makes a swing shot. Lord Hater tries to sleep through the entire day. Millie and Marcy work together for the day. They've been working together a lot. Sean injures himself. Kirby, Heavy, Rango, and Katie raid Rod's camp while she is hunting. Mel sees smoke rising in the distance but doesn't investigate, and Earl travels to higher ground. So far, no one's dying. On night 2, Officer Earl receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Sean kills Katie for her supplies. Somehow, Katie can survive a robot apocalypse, but cannot survive getting attacked by a sheep. But then again, Sean is not your average sheep, so... Snap questioned his sanity. Shiver dies trying to escape the arena. I wonder why she was trying to escape. Heavy tends to his wounds, and Millie does the same thing. Louise killed Ross for her supplies. How has Louise defeated a giant robot? Well, a robot that's definitely taller than her. Ward Hater is awoken by nightmares, probably because of Wander. Knuckles tries to sing himself to sleep. Hilda goes to sleep. Marshy, Molly, and Marvin cheerfully sing songs together. Rango stays awake all night. Donkey Kong cooks his food before putting his fire out. Kirby is unable to start a fire and sleep without warmth. Mel cooks her food before putting her fire out, and Aku looks at the night sky. Heavy, Officer Earl, and Molly unsuccessfully ambush Snap, Louise, and Kirby, who kill them instead. I would question how they were able to do it, but then again, Louise and Snap have Kirby on their team, so yeah. And Marcy tries to spear fish with a trident. Mario receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Lord Hater receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Aku makes a slingshot. Sean searches for firewood. Millie attempts to climb a tree, but falls to her death. Well, guess all the people who voted for her to be here just wasted their votes. Knuckles thinks about home. Hilda kills Donkey Kong with a hatchet. I feel like the Hilda characters are doing better than last time. I hope I didn't jinx it. Mel receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. And Rango camouflages himself in the bushes. Good plan. Us 8 characters today. Katie, Shiver, Roz, the Heavy, Earl, Molly, Millie, and Donkey Kong. Knuckles receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Sean looks at the night sky. Snap kills Marvin with his own weapon. Louise starts a fire while Hilda's unable to start a fire and sleep without warmth. You should have been with Louise at that moment. War Hater cries himself to sleep. Wonder what causing him to cry. Mel and Kirby huddle for warmth. Aku receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Marcy sees a fire but stays hidden. And Rango sees a fire but also stays hidden. Day 4, Aku injures himself. Snap is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Knuckles practices archery. Lord Hater and Sean are working together. Louise collects fruit from a tree. Marcy gets a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Mel questions her sanity. And Rango goes hunting. Hilda makes a wood spear. And Kirby fishes. We only lost one character today, which was Marvin. Mel sex and explosion off, killing Sean. Strange how these explosions usually kill off multiple characters, but this time they only kill off one. Both Aku and Rango threaten a double suicide. It fails and they both die. Guess we lost the strongest character here so far. Well, there was Doomslayer, but he went out first. Kirby fends Snap, Marshy, and Louise away from his fire, which, yeah, it's something Kirby is capable of doing. And Lord Hater, Hilda, and Knuckles are singing songs together somehow. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Mel, Hilda, Lord Hater, and Marcy are team up to grab food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. Snap doesn't go. Louise catches Knuckles off guard and kills him. Could this be it? Could Louise actually get the win this time? Who knows? I hope I didn't jinx it. And Kirby doesn't go. Day 5, Hilda unknowingly eats toxic berries. No. Lord Hater questions his sanity. Mel picks flowers. And Snap also unknowingly eats toxic berries. Oh, the berries he must have picked from earlier the game. Kirby thinks about home. Marcy sees smoke rising in the distance but doesn't investigate. And Louise makes a swing shot. We lost 6 characters. Sean, Aku, Rango, Knuckles, Hilda, and Snap. I need to see who's left. Apparently we have the top 5. Marcy, Louise, Kirby, Lord Hater, and Mel. And Louise somehow made it with 6 kills. This could be it. Louise could have a chance. I hope I didn't jinx myself. How many times have I said that already? Night 5, Curry receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Ward Hater sets up camp. Mel tends to Marcy wounds. And Louise receives a hatchet. I hope Marcy doesn't win it yet, just like Zim. Louise and Kirby split up to search for resources. Mel severely injures Marcy and leaves her to die. I jinxed it. Well, there goes our champion of the last Hunger Games. And Ward Hater falls into a frozen lake and drowns. No, he was so close too. Well, this is it, the top 3. It's either Louise, Kirby, and Mel. I'm hoping Louise wins, but I won't be surprised if Kirby does, or Mel. Anyways, you guys already saw Marcy and Ward Hater died that day, so let's see. So far, no conflict as Mel and Louise huddle for warmth and Kirby quietly hums. Kirby and Louise are questioning their sanity while Mel travels to higher ground. Mel destroys Louise's supplies while she is asleep. And Kirby dies trying to escape the arena. This is it. It's either Louise or Mel. I'm hoping it's Louise. You guys already know how much of a fan I am. I made a video about her. Alright, day 8. Let's see. Louise kills Mel as he tries to run. Yes, finally. With that, the best character in all of fiction has won the Hunger Games. Finally. You guys already know how much of a fan I am of Louise. And I'm so happy, as you guys can hear from my voice, that she won.
Picture to mark the occasion?
And with that, the Hunger Games are over, with Louise ending the game with 7 kills, with Snap following behind with 5 kills. I'm just surprised that these 2 characters couldn't make it that long. They were the first to die for some reason. I'm disappointed. Now this will be the part where I would end the video, but this is what we're going to do. For the next Hunger Games, I have 4 themes that you guys can vote on. Once the video is uploaded, a poll will go up where you guys can vote on the next theme. For the next themes that you guys can vote on, you can vote for a Hunger Game with villains, a Hunger Games with Nickelodeon characters, a Hunger Games with Cartoon Network characters, or a Hunger Game with characters that you guys suggested. So the poll will go up after this video goes up. And feel free to suggest characters that would relate to those polls. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm just happy Louise won.